Evening, everyone. Hi there. It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, and welcome to another Tuesday night gaming chat. I'm going to say straight away, Rapster Dan, thank you so much for that follow. Greatly appreciate it. That came up just as we were starting. Welcome to another jam-packed show where we talk about all the latest gaming news and gaming reviews from the last 7 days or so. We are going to be introducing our guest a little bit later on, but let's see who's in chat. Let's go through the list. Danka was the first one here. Good evening. How are you? Gozzo, hello. Good to see you. Manic, hello. Big Jesse, good evening. Atomic Moonchild, hello. Pete from Rapid Reviews, hello. Good evening. How are you? Flame, how are you doing? Going to say hello again to Rapster Dan because appreciate that follow. Thank you. Good to have you here. Ben from Bullion, how you doing? And EGX, why have you heard more from EGX? Let's not talk about EGX. Kylie, howdy. How you doing? Yeah, Bannick says, Ben, rule number 1, we don't talk about EGX. Don't mention that. Dank says, I'm good. Good to see you all. Thank you for all tuning in nice and early. Welcome to the show. Obviously, can't do the show without by myself because there is a guy that is a fountain of knowledge when it comes to the world of computer games. Please give it up for the one, the only co-host who knows the most. It's Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm all right. I didn't fumble your intro this week, so I did all right.
Yeah,
If anyone who saw last week's show, I totally messed that up, but somehow kind of got away with it. But there you go. Look, everyone's already doing the Dave commands already. The Dave is appearing in the chat. So,
evening, everyone.
How are you, my friend? Are you good?
I am not too bad, mate. Yeah.
Good.
Pretty decent. Busy week at work so far this week and still busy to go. So I'm looking forward to the weekend already because I know I've got loads on.
Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds a bit crazy. So I'm guessing, because last time you said you didn't get any time for gaming. Did you get any games in this?
Yeah, I played a little bit of a few games. I popped around a little bit more in Animal Well, even though I got the one ending in it. So I just went back in and found some more of the extra items that you can collect in there that you can make use of. But it doesn't matter if you don't get all the items; you don't need everything.
Yeah.
So originally I just got the things that you needed to complete it. That was fine, but I thought I'll go and get the other stuff, and I completed a few of the other little sort of puzzly bits as well that are in there, and found a few of the little secrets. So it's quite good fun, just like looking at the map, trying to work out where there might be like a little hidden path.
Okay.
But I've managed to find quite a few, and I was still quite enjoying it. Whether I'll play any more, I don't know. I'll see what else comes out. But still a cracking game. For anyone who hasn't played it, really, really worth it. Did finish off Dead Island 2. The play on that. Finished that off. So we did go back and do a few side missions to get up to level 22, which you recommend
probably
that final mission. Made it a hell of a lot easier. We did that final fight first time then.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Because I played it along as I went. So by the time I got to that boss, it was kind of okay.
For all the other missions along the way, story missions, it didn't matter so much that we were under leveled for those ones. You kind of just get through them too if you're playing together. But that final one, God no, the amount of enemies that throws at you just gets overwhelming and your health just goes down. But we did it this time, finished it. I wouldn't say it's the best ending ever. It just kind of ends and leaves quite a few hooks.
It does, yeah. And I think some of that's down to what it did with the DLCs, but even then, it still leaves a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it resolved at all in the DLCs? Still got a few carrots.
One bit, yes. One bit, no. But what's funny is Deep Silver did put out a tweet the other week to say, look, it's been a year since the game come out. Thank you for all the success. And apparently they're going to be making some more announcements because apparently because they said there was only ever going to be 2 DLCs. And they've hinted that there might actually be more now. So I was kind of like, okay. So maybe it will. So we'll see. But yeah, I kind of liked it, but it left open-ended. So, they could always do another one. So
yeah, let's hope they do a third. It doesn't take quite as long to make as this last one.
Let's not wait like 10, 15 years for a sequel.
No, definitely not. But yeah, that was all right for a laugh. And then the only thing I just sort of potted about in, because since I did buy PS Plus to play Animal Well, I was just around a couple of the things on there. I did briefly fire up GTA 5, just because it was the PS5 version with a few graphical enhancements to it, which I just played like about an hour of that. I think it still looks pretty good considering its age now. Still a decently fun game. And then I had a bit of a pot around in, I guess, Tsushima as well.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I just came out on PC, but I thought I was on PS Plus. Have a quick look at it. That still looks damn good as well. Actually, graphically, that open world is gorgeous. Whether I play much of it, I don't know, because it does. Whilst it looks good, it does feel very similar mechanically to like tons of other open worlds that I've played. So I don't know. I might do a little bit more on there before my PS Plus expires in a couple of weeks' time. But just after then, I'll be on to Elden Ring DLC. So I don't know.
Oh, God, blimey,
maybe I'll go back to it at some point if I get PS Plus again. But
well,
in and out of these services these days, I haven't got time to play everything on them.
Spoilt for choice. All spoilt for choice. But Rapsodance says currently playing some Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3. Manic was saying I played some Orcs Must Die, some Fortnite, and some Hawks. There you go. Gozzo's off on his holidays. So he says he's going to be here for one last one before his holiday next Thursday. So you're going to have to try and get them all right then. You need a flawless run, Gozzo, before you go on your holidays.
Yeah. If he doesn't get them all right, he can't go away.
I know we can't allow you to go on holiday. Yeah. You've got to get all the game scores right. Yeah. You can, of course, you can go on your holidays. It's fine. Hello, Matt. How are you? Evening, Mag and Dave. Sophie says, "Ooh, gross," and "Hey, hot stuff." Well, we know who she's
Evening, Sophie.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Soph. Thanks. Great. So glad you're here. Yeah. Been getting back to basics and playing some Hogs of War on the PS2. Oh wow, I remember that. Pete says I'm still playing Paper Mario on the Final Arena. There you go. Well, the sunshine's probably better abroad than it is here. We had one glorious day on Sunday and it's rained every day since. So there you go. I have continued to play the System Shock remake, and the more I play it, the more I'm enjoying it, and I can see that why this got such good reviews. Because I did the stream of it and I was a bit like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I've only been able to play little bits of it, but as I've been going along, I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. So I can see it takes you a bit of time to get used to it, and then it's all good. But there you go. Manic's looking forward to playing Warframe. Loads of people playing games, which is cool. So there you go. Well, I hope you're enjoying whatever you are playing. If you're listening to this live, watching it live, whatever, while you're playing games, enjoy, which is all good. So let's bring in our guest. Now, this is where I get the mick taken out of me, because while I was at WASD, and this is where the chat goes, you've never talked about WASD. I never stopped shutting up about WASD. We met some wonderful people on our travels around WASD, and we checked out some amazing games. And obviously, when I did my recap of everything I played at WASD, this game was one of the games that I featured, and I said this was quite unique, and I liked. At first glance, you kind of go, it's just a platforming game, but no. There's so much more to this. So the lovely JJ from Canine Games, we speaking on Twitter, reached out and I said, would you love to come on the show? Would like to talk more about the game. So please welcome from Canine Games, the wonderful JJ Fox.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad. You guys, yourselves?
Yeah, very well. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
That's all right. No problem at all. So let's get straight to it. I was absolutely loved your game that I got to play. So for people, we'll show the trailer in a little bit. For anyone who's not familiar with the game, please do tell them what the game's about and why it makes it unique, and it's not just your typical platformer.
Himble Ventures is a love letter to the 3D platformers that we grew up with in the 90s. For example, we played Banjo-Kazooie, we played Crash Bandicoot. It is a homage to those games, but we're giving it a modern twist. So we're injecting some RPG elements. That sounded a bit dark. Yeah, we've got some cozy RPG vibes surrounding the games, and you play as a character called Himble, who is a neurodiverse, hypersensitive bug, who goes on these adventures but tries to avoid all these creatures emanating some sights, sounds, smells, and touches. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, I see. This is the unique thing, because we'll play the trailer in a second, but when you start playing, you're saying there's the whole feel of a Banjo-Kazooie kind of game, or things like Ukulele, which are a bit more modern platformers but got that retro feel. It was that whole fact that you know, you go in an area, it's too bright, it affects your character. So it's not just one health bar, is it? It's almost like 4 health bars, because there's like touch, hearing, sight, sense of smell, isn't it? So, which is quite unique for a game to have something like that.
Yeah, we took inspiration from The Sims needs bars. So where you have to mind their hygiene, their social. Well, forgive me if they all sound wrong, but I've played Sims years ago.
Yeah. And kind of, when did you start working on the game?
I started working on the game. That was 3 years ago when I was on my final year at the National Film and Television School.
Yeah.
I had this idea in my head for such a long time, and I really wanted to recreate it. So it's like my own IP.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Kylie Wild.
It's really good. It is really good. Kylie, did you get to play this? Because Kylie was at WASD. I don't know whether she got to play this one. Let me know. But yeah, I like the thing. And so there's a demo that's out now, which people can play.
It's an alpha demo where you've got two different levels. You've got one that's more tutorial based. It's a cozy bright forest, and the other one is quite challenging. It's a dark forest. So
Yeah.
So that's suitable for 3D platforming veterans.
Okay. Manic says, will it be on console? It says, it sounds adorable and amazing. Will it be on console?
Thank you. Well, we are at the moment we are reaching out to publishers and we're seeing if we can get it on the Nintendo Switch, because we feel like it's another appropriate platform for a game like Himble Ventures.
Yeah, definitely.
So it is a PC first game, but we will also try and expand it on Switch.
Okay, well, fingers crossed, and then hopefully if it does well on Switch as well, who knows, maybe to Xbox and PlayStation, which should be really good. It should be really good. Cardi said, you're very welcome. I did, and I love the idea so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link in chat. So if anyone wants to wish list the game or go check out the demo, there is the link in chat right now. Please do go support JJ and the game. And we are going to play the trailer. So I'm just going to need a quick minute to get this working. And we will play the trailer for you.
Yeah, I can also get the Discord link to our community server if anybody wants to join.
Yeah, if anyone wants to find out more about the game, please do. If you want to drop that link in,
yeah,
that's fine. If for any reason that link doesn't work in the Discord, we'll actually tell you what, send it to me in the private chat, JJ, on here. Yeah, and then I'll post it, because it might not allow you to post a link, but if I do it, then at least the mods can repost it for you.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll do that. And while you're doing that, we will play the trailer for Himble Ventures. So let's have a look at this. I'll make sure that's on. So we got some sound. Let's do this. Here we go.
Is the picture showing? Oh, wait, there it is. Yay.
There you go. So there's the trailer. So go check it out. I will now send you the link to the Discord, folks. So if you want to join the Discord as well and find more about the game and get live updates from JJ, here you go. I'm going to pop that in there. So there you go. Let's have a look at some of the comments we had while we were watching the video. So Rapsodon said, okay, super catchy music. It is catchy music. Love the look of the game, says Danka. Question: do you not at Canine Games? This is like a terrible dad joke.
That is such a good question.
Yeah.
Before then, it used to be bow wow.
And now it's oh.
Oh.
Man, it's just you to come up with a blooming like dad joke. Terrible.
I think, to be honest, I like ow better.
Bow wow. I think bow wow's better, isn't it? That's a good way of greeting. So, what was kind of the reception? Was WASD the first show that you showcased the game at, or have you?
No, it isn't. It's our third.
Okay, so what other show have you done?
So we did well. While my game was a graduate game, I showcased the prototype of it at EGX during my course.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I remade the prototype, and I took it to the transfuser program last year.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and we showcased the new prototype at Insomnia, and that's when I formed my team on the transfuser program. Right.
Okay. That's cool. I like a lot of the stuff that Transfuser do, I have to say. And I was good. So which Insomnia were you at? Because I was only at the one that was last March, unfortunately, and I missed a couple. So I'm guessing I might have missed you, because the chances are I might have nearly met you before at a previous show, but we didn't. But we met at WASD, so I'm kind of like, but we just missed each other in that respect.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, we did the one in Birmingham in September.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. And what's the reception been like from the free shows, EGX, Insomnia, and WASD? Are people? I think
our biggest success has been WASD.
Yeah.
Because I can remember being at Insomnia, and like a majority of players said that they had issues with the camera.
Right.
Like,
okay.
That is a challenge for most 3D platform developers. Like getting the camera right, and my poor programmer, but kudos to him for all the hard work and like self-motivation. Like I'm proud of him for getting it right thus far.
Yeah. And is that the thing you tend to find, that when you're at these shows, people will, because a lot of these shows, like we've had a couple of different guests on that have been at WASD. Have you found that people have said, oh yeah, I like this, but that might need tweaking, and you've gone, oh, I'll make a note of that, and that's something we'll do, and you found that that's kind of helped rather than hinder the process?
Well, that happened most of the time for Insomnia, and yes, we did write a lot of notes down, and it really helped us forwards. So what you're seeing in the trailer is not, well, some bits of it are not what you've seen in the demo for Insomnia.
Yeah.
So we added a lot of changes, because before then we didn't have any RPG elements to it, and we didn't have something different enough in a 3D platformer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was my programmer who, his name's Emmanuel Alessandri. Give him a shout out there.
Yeah. Nice. I was going to say, so obviously with the reception at WASD, you made these tweaks, you made these changes, and you were there for the 3 days at WASD. You all dressed up as well, which was fantastic. I thought you were in character, and the reception was good. You said it was like WASD was one of the best shows for you
so far. Yes.
Yeah. What are your plans next? What's the next stages of the game, and when you're hoping to release the game?
So we are hoping to release in roughly January 2026.
Okay.
And we can achieve that if we get some publishing support. So right now we are sending our pitch deck to a lot of publishers. We've found some ones that we think would best suit a game that's vibrant, that's got a vibrant aesthetic to it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so we've got 2 rejections so far. Or 3 actually, but we've got a list of like 15 more to send messages to.
Nice. Okay, keep going. That's the thing, you just got to keep going with this, and if there's anybody again that can offer any advice or help, it's all good. Gonna say hello to a couple of people, and then we've got a question. Want to say hello to iQuail, who's here. Aurelian, hello, evening, good to see you. Manic, yes. Yeah, Manic was in the adverts when we answered the questions, but yes, it started with to recap. It did start with Bow Wow. That's how they greeted at Canine Games. So there you go. Also, Jenny, hello, good evening. How are you? And Kylie said, and the question was, does the name Himble have a meaning behind it, or is it just a fun name to say?
It's kind of both, actually. I was trying to think of a unique name for the character that had a nice ring to it. I was looking through names of the families, like of the bees, wasps, and ant family called Hymenoptera. So I took like the first, like the 2 segments of the name, and then combined it with the name Bumble.
Nice.
So
it's really cool.
Put them together and said Himble, rhymes with Thimble, but it has a nice ring to it, and then people quite like the name.
Yeah, there you go. See, Ben is another dev, and Ben's said, be ready for a load of, your game is great, but it doesn't fit our portfolio emails. And he says, maybe start thinking about a self-publishing strategy as well.
Yeah, I've had some people say that they couldn't fit it into their shortlist. It could be the reason being their portfolio.
Mm.
Yeah, it could be that, and also like the budget we require is above their reach, and they already established a schedule beforehand, and they won't have time to fit it in.
Okay, so well, fingers crossed that someone does go, yes, we want this, because I think it's a great game and I had great fun playing it. So it does. If I could have my way in the world, nearly all the guests that we have, I'd like all their games to be fully published and get released and do amazingly successfully well. But that's just me. But there you go. All right. So if you want to find out more about the game, mods, if you'd be so kind, there is a Steam wishlist link along with a demo. That link will appear in chat shortly. And there is also the Discord if you want to find out more, which I'm going to drop the link there for. I should start up a publishing house. Don't start. I've got enough on my plate with everything else I do. But yeah, Kylie says it absolutely is a great game. Would love to see it in schools myself. Yeah, I think it's good. If you want that to happen, Mag, why not just make your own publishing? Oh no, everyone's suggesting I start up a publishing. Oh no, I can't. No, not with everything else going on in my life. Maybe one day, and then I can have all the games that I like, and we'll publish it and do it. Who knows? Maybe one day. Let's see. But there we go. But do check out the game. Please do go check out the game. Stick it in your wish list. Go support the game. Timeless Publishing is a great name. Oh, don't really, because then I'll start having meetings next week, and then this will become a thing. So we need a promotional platform for games or studios that don't have publishers to make noise for them. Don't, Ben. Don't tempt me. It's never game over, Sophie. Oh, says Sophie. I was going to say you should call it Timeless Publishing. Oh, no, don't. Oh, no, you watch. It's going to be announced next week at this rate. Anyway, there you go. So we will come back and have a look at more of the game a little bit later on. But shall we crack on with our show this evening?
I think we should, mate.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our 170th show. We have got 8 new games, ladies and gentlemen, including the superhero game Capes. Wouldn't be a normal year without a F1 game, because it always comes around, F1 2024. And we've got that cult classic horror film that's been turned into a computer game, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. All this plus all the latest gaming news. Oh, JJ's ready for that one. So there we go. We have got all this and some gaming news. And we're going to do the 100 games that you should play before you die, allegedly. We'll do that. And we'll talk a little bit about Timeless Gaming Convention as well. But let's kick things off with our first. Don't do that, Ben. No, stop it. Stop it. Behave. Where is my manager? He'll sort it. Oh, yeah, don't encourage him. Let's kick things off with our first game. This came out last Wednesday. Is out on PC, PS4, 5, Switch, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And this is the superhero turn-based combat game, Capes. Let's have a look at this.
No capes. Sorry.
There's literally no capes in this, which is ironic, but here we go.
Please, I haven't done anything wrong. Now we're talking. Don't worry, it's not the fall that hurts.
More wannabe capes.
I came here to slay.
This is what I've been training for.
Just try and keep up.
Okay, let's get this done.
Ready to mess up some bad guys.
It's time for them to learn the error of their ways.
Blowing up capes is never not fun.
I think it's time for a field test.
I've got the need for speed. It's about time.
Mercurial, lay down a wall.
Thanks, man.
Rebound, stab him with this.
So there you go, folks. That is the trailer for our first game tonight, Capes. But before we even talk about it, hello, Raiders. Everyone just literally got raided. Thank you so much, Duchess, for raiding us. I want to say thank you to her for the raid. Everyone that's come in. Hi, I'm Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, but you can call me Mags. This is Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days. And you lot are freaking awesome. It's a Duchess love bomb. I love it. Thank you so much, everyone. Lowen, thank you for the follow. Obviously, Duchess, thank you for the raid. And also the sub. That's 4 months. Thank you so much. You're so kind. The Onyx Wolf, thank you for the follow. It is Simon. Thank you for the follow. Number One Quack, thank you for the follow. Becca, thank you for your 34 months sub. You lot are awesome. Moonchild, thank you for the 100 bits coming in. Great to see you all. We've literally started a hype train. So that's all rocking off. So I'm going to say hello to everyone that's in chat. Tomo, great to see you again, my friend. Great to see you. Oh, my life, there's so many people. I've got to scroll down. Thank you so much for that raid. That's amazing. Welcome on in. Oh, my life. There we go. We've got a hype train going as well. You lot are mad. Kelt Brenny, hello, buddy. How you doing? Great to see you. Can we get a shout out for Kelt Brenny as well? Because he is our community member of the month. Choo Choo. I am very well, thank you, Ginger Ninja. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for that raid. Becca says, hey, Mag. Hey, Dave. How you doing? Great to see you. DJ Mike, good evening. Hello. This is nuts. We normally say hello to everyone at the start of the show, and now it's all just gone crazy after our first trailer. So there you go. But there you go. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome on in. We've just played a trailer for a game called Capes, which is a superhero game. But ironically, as JJ, our guest, mentioned, they're none of them are wearing capes. And Kylie was like, yeah, this is annoying me. They're not wearing any capes.
I'm sure someone will mod them in. PC game, it'll get modded.
It happens. So Dave, tell us a little bit about this, and I'll stick some of the messages up on the screen just to say.
Yeah, to people. This is a turn-based strategy game, which in the style of the XCOM games that people might be familiar with. So in this one, the supervillains won, a battle back like 20 years in the past, and now you're trying to build up a team of superheroes to try and take back the city from them. It looks like there's a good number of different heroes to pick from, all different powers, and you can obviously mix and match them in your team. But the one thing you can also do with them is you can sort of combine the powers in some of the attacks together. So I think there's quite a good number of combinations there. So quite a lot of stuff to think about during the fight. Get the right people, the right position, use their powers together to just devastate the enemy. It looks pretty decent. I think it's got a bit of decent bit of humour to it, sort of tongues in its cheek, not taking itself too seriously. And yeah, it looks like it'd be a pretty good time. Probably a bit more fun than Marvel's Midnight Suns, which didn't quite do as well as people were hoping, but then that had all this sort of relationship building stuff in between, the standard, turn-based combat, which is probably more people wanted that stuff, not the relationship building stuff. So this game hasn't got any of that crap. It's just go in there, do the missions, have some fun with it. It looks pretty decent to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. People are already that for those who've just joined the raids, and for JJ's benefit as well. For those who don't know, right? So we don't review the games, but I scour the internet and basically get all the scores from everywhere in the universe and condense them down into an average score. You may agree with it, you may not. But if you guess the score correctly for each game, we will give you a shout out in your channel. But before we do that, let's see what JJ thought of this, because JJ is the same as a lot of other people in chat going, why is it called capes? No one's wearing a cape. So what do you think of this?
Yeah, it seems kind of ironic, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is it, what do you like, turn-based strategy games, or they're not really your thing?
Oh yeah, I've played Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, which is
right game.
The best game of 2010-23. There you go. So would this be something that you would pick up and have a go at with the superhero theme?
Yeah, I'd be happy to play the demo, see what it's like. It's something, it looks good, but I'd like to play it just to get the full vibes of it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Lowen, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for the follow. Appreciate you got to go and look after the kids. So thank you so much for being here. Have a good night. Take care. Thank you. So, folks, what we want you to do, everyone's here, is guess a score. You can have halves and whole numbers, so anything from 0 all the way to 10, but you can have 0.5s as well. So, we have got a couple of scores already. Moonchild, great to see you as well. If I haven't already said hello, hello, Moonchild. Great to see you as always. What do we got? Manic, 5 out of 10 because no capes. Danker says a 7.5. Gozzo says a 7.5. DJ Mike says 7. Atomic Moonchild says 7. So get your scores in the chat now. Flame says 7. Becca says, I'll go with whatever Dave picks. I love the fact that Becca's back. It's great. Kylie says, yeah, I'm a 7.5 on this one. So I'll start with you, Dave, then. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to try an 8 for this one.
Okay, you're going for an 8. Okay. Aurelian is saying a 7.5. Ben is saying a 7. iQuail saying, I'm going with a 7 on this. So there you go. Thank you so much. That hype train has now ended. Thank you again to Atomic Moonchild, Becca, and Duchess Weaves for contributing to that. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And JJ, what do you reckon this has got?
I'd give it a 7.
Okay, going for a 7. So Dave's got an 8. JJ's got a 7. Mr. Johnson, good evening. How are you doing? He says, I don't know what the game is. We'll have a 7.5. That's fine. If for some miraculous reason you get it correct, you'll get it right. Moonbeard says 7 eggs out of 10. Moonbeard, how you doing, buddy? Good to see. So Becca, you're going to have a score of 8 buckets out of 10. People are just saying random words now, but we're doing this. I can tell you if there's anyone else that wants to get your score and get it now, because this, ladies and gentlemen, is Capes, which came out last Wednesday, the 29th of May, on PC, PS4, 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And if there is no other scores, I can tell you, let's have a look. I can tell you, where is it? Where's my scores gone? Here we go. I lost them there. This got, oh, Manic just come in with a 6. Manic's changed his mind. We'll allow that instead of 6. But unfortunately, it was a 7.5.
Nice.
So there you go, a 7.5 out of 10. There were a couple of people that did give it an 8 out of 10. I know IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. But on average, it seemed to bounce between the two. So 7.5 out of 10. So congratulations to everyone who got that right. Danker, congratulations. Let's see who else is that. Thank you, Sophie, for doing all the shout outs. Greatly appreciate it. Gozzo, greatly appreciate it. Becca's doing some shout outs as well, which is cool. Nice one. Aurelian, well done. So there you go. All those people, they come and support this show. They come support this channel. So please do give them a follow if you're not following him. more than half of them are streamers as well and content creators. So go and support them because they take their time out to come here and support us. I like the fact that Dave gave himself a shout out. I mean, he did get it right, but he gave himself a shout out in the chat. So there you go. So that's our first game. Let's move on to another game, ladies and gentlemen. We have got another game that was at WASD, ladies and gentlemen. This was quite good fun. And I know also Kylie got to play this and played this quite a lot. This came out last Thursday on PC. This is the very crazy game of Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip. Let's have a look at this one. This is a lot of fun.
Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip!
That is cute as heck.
It is.
Until I realised it's like a soft version of GTA.
It is. It's basically like a kid's version of GTA. It's absolutely messed up.
GTA.
Yeah. But I'll let Dave tell us a little bit more, and then I will share some of the, because I got to play the demo of this, so I'll share a little bit about this. But go on, Dave, tell us a little bit more about this crazy one.
Yeah, as we say, it's quite a sort of condensed sort of GTA type clone. It's got like a small little sort of world for you to explore. You know, not a massive sprawled open world at all. It's like a small little town. But I think it's quite densely packed with things to do, which can be good. You know, stuff like that can be really cool. There's lots of stuff to find, but you haven't got to go spend ages exploring like a massive map. These can be quite cool. It's got a really nice sort of graphical style, and also it's got quite a lot of charm to it. I've seen some people sort of compare the humour to stuff like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty popular. So if you like that sort of humour, you're probably going to enjoy what this is doing. Your character, all he's really trying to do is, I think, collect enough junk to make a really powerful engine to launch his car into space. That's his his ultimate goal, and you'll take part in various little activities in the game world. It looks like quite a cool little GTA clone.
Yeah. It's really bizarre. I think the humour's there's two bits I'm going to say about the humour's brilliant. You start the game going into a job centre and just speaking to someone, and this has been mentioned before, and then like speaking to someone who's also looking for a job, and the guy goes, "Oh, we should trade notes. Like if we hear about any good jobs, try and share it." And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you my phone number. What is it?" And he goes, "1." He went, "1 is your phone number?" Yeah. And he's like, well, that's going to be easy to remember. And it's just stupid things like that. Like they built this big tall building and the mayor's like, we've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on this building and it's going to be great for the city. And people, and he says, you can ask any questions you want because all the press are there, and the press go, it's got no windows or doors. So this building's completely useless. And he goes, well, thank you. That's all the questions. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. And the mayor runs off and you go, that would actually happen in real life. There's like politicians that would actually do that. Someone asks an awkward question and they run. I just thought that the humour in this was fantastic, but it's absolutely bonkers, this game. So there you go. JJ, you quite like the look of this, I can tell. So tell us what you like about it.
Yeah, I like the graphics. I like the visual style of it, and the music. Music kind of fits in with the silly slapsticky humour.
Yeah,
I think that was trying to go for, just to try and make GTA look innocent and for kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this would probably be so much better than GTA because I'm not the biggest GTA fan. There you go, said it. I'm not that fussed about it.
You've just got to be in that aggressive mindset.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to be in that mindset, but there you go.
No, neither do I. There's lots to do in it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Danka says, I love the demo. Obviously, he's played the demo. I have wishlist this one. 8 out of 10. Funny. I like this. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This feels like most of my conversations I have over Universal Credit. There you go. Manic says a 7 out of 10. Sophie's like, yay, let's blow shit up. Yeah, that's why Mag's not a big fan of GTA. It's because he's not an entrepreneur in the criminal world. He wouldn't survive. True. Yes. Aurelian says, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip is what Saints Row would have been. 8 out of 10. It's apparently £12 on Steam, so you can get it for £12. Flame says an 8 out of 10. Dave says a 7.5. Iquel says 7. Seems like similar humour to Jazz Punk. That was a fun game. I've not played that. Moonbeard says we give that an 8 out of 10. DJ Mike also says an 8 out of 10. Let's see. We'll start with JJ this time. What do you reckon this scored overall?
I'll give it an 8. I think it scored like an 8.3.
Okay, I'm going to round you up then to an 8.5 if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead. It's just
okay.
That no one else has said 8.5, so I'll say it.
Do it. So you can have an 8.5. Dave, what do you reckon?
I'll try 7.5.
7.5. Oh, okay. So there we go. DJ Mike said an 8 as well. I'm with Dave's score, not Bucket Dave. Right. Thank you for clarifying. So 8 out of 10. So notice how Jesse, Amy, we're not around to keep Mag out of trouble. And he goes and set with, I've not set up a publishing house, Dave. It was just suggested. See, I said this was happen. People are going to start suggesting stuff, and then apparently I've got a new business. Okay, I might change mine to an 8 since a lot of people are saying 8. Okay, last chance, folks. Get your scores in chat. This is Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, which is out last Thursday on PC. And if there's any more scores, I can tell you it's got an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. So there you go. JJ, congratulations. Can we get Himble Ventures Steam page in there and the Discord link? I'll drop the Discord link in as well. Well done, JJ. So there you go. There's the Discord. Go join. And also the link to play the demo and wishlist the game. There you go. Thank you, Soph. Cardi's like, well done. Danka said, wow, this game did even better than I thought. Yeah, it's done really well. It's been very well received. Very well. So I think that threw everyone. I don't think anybody else got it right but yourself, JJ. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Sorry, you were going to say?
It's all good. Well, all I was going to say is just it's kind of escalated my excitement more than the last game did. No offense.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely fine. That's what we do, because not all these we try and cover a broad range of games, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. There's even games that me and Dave put in the show, and we're not interested in this, but we know someone's going to be interested in it. So it is. Oh yeah, technically Becca got it. No, you didn't, Becca. You didn't get it right. Dave said 7.5. Stop trying to trick me. I nearly fell for that as well.
She'll catch you out later.
Oh, you cheeky Becca, cheeky. So there you go. All right, we'll have some more games in a minute, but let's talk some little bit of gaming news. So PlayStation made an announcement sort of just before the weekend, saying that obviously, as we keep saying, Helldivers 2 has become technically the best-selling game of this year so far. Okay, so it's the best-selling game of the year so far. And Stellar Blade, which was a PlayStation-only title in April, was the best-selling game of April. But as people know, Helldivers 2 was a rarity because it came out on PC and PlayStation at the same time. Now, normally, when PlayStation bring out games on PC, it's out on PlayStation first, and then we get a PC version maybe a couple of years on. PlayStation have now stated, or Sony have stated, that they are now going to focus on any upcoming live service games, similar to Helldivers 2, that they will on day one launch be available on PC as well as PlayStation. So moving forward, any exclusive PlayStation titles will also be on PC if it's multiplayer. Anything that's like a single player experience, like we've had Days Gone, God of War, The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, which obviously got its PC conversion a couple of weeks ago, will obviously come a bit later. But I think this is quite a good thing because obviously Helldivers 2 has become a massive success. So do we think that, you know, they actually announced that more than 50% of PlayStation owners still don't own a PS5. So do you think this is a good thing because people who might not want a PS5, but they might have a PC, can now play some of these games, such as Helldivers 2, which frankly is a really cool game? I'll start with Dave.
Maybe they're just being wise.
Maybe they are just being wise because maybe they've not been able to sell as many games on PlayStation 5 as they hoped.
It's like the new Final Fantasy VII game, the latest installment. It's out on PS5, but I'm going to wait for it to come out on PC.
Yeah.
If they expand the platforms.
Yeah. I think it's highly likely because what we talked about is obviously it's not sold well on PlayStation, unfortunately. But then Square Enix turned around the other week, and I think this was on last week's show we talked about that Square Enix turned around and said, we're going to start making Final Fantasy games more accessible to other people on other platforms. So they want to consider doing the back catalogue on like the Switch and getting more games to Xbox and PC.
Exactly.
So I think this is something you're going to see regardless. So I think it's a smart move. Dave, your thoughts on it?
I think you've got to do it with live service games because if you don't build up a big enough community, fast enough, they'll just die a death because there's so many of the bloody things now. If you don't get the numbers, it'll close down in like a year. So they definitely need to do it for the multiplayer ones. The thing that'll probably hold them back a little bit with any of the future PC releases is that they're going to enforce their PlayStation Network requirement, which immediately locks them out of like 177 odd countries. Which obviously Helldivers 2 hasn't got that problem because they made it optional to begin with. Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame that they're not still keeping it optional. Because the only people that I think it really will benefit are Sony. No PC player give a shit about the PlayStation Network requirements. No, but they're just forcing it on, so you probably won't find any of the games will sell as well as Helldivers 2. Because of that, because you're immediately cutting all your sales down, all these countries that you can't officially sell it in. So it seems a silly idea to me, but they'll still get some numbers from it, but not as many as they possibly could have done.
Yeah, Manic said if Square Enix brings Final Fantasy VII to Xbox, I'll be streaming the daylights out of it. Miss Ginger Ninja says, I personally think eventually Sony and Microsoft will combine, or they will give the requirement a year. I don't think they'll ever merge, but as we've seen, Xbox games, we've had 4 Xbox games now turn up on PlayStation and Switch. I think we're going to see more crossover with stuff like that. And Xbox have got things like, well, we are going to talk a bit later on about Call of Duty, which is going to come to Game Pass, but you're still going to be able to get it on PlayStation. I think people are going to be a bit more open. I think the days of console exclusives are going to start to disappear because it's not pulling in people as much as it used to do. Kylie said, I think it's a great business strategy and benefits the gaming community overall. Agreed. Sony were massively against cross-platform in the past, refusing to do Rocket League, I think, with Xbox and Nintendo. So it's great that they're moving away from that. So I think we shall see more and more. So we'll see. But I think for now, whatever multiplayer games that are coming to PlayStation will come to PC on day one. It's a start. I don't think Nintendo will have... No, I don't think Nintendo will ever put Mario games and stuff like that. But you will see Sony games, Microsoft games, and other do put more stuff on Nintendo Switch or the Switch 2 or whatever they're going to call it. I think that's what we will see. Because I'll say that Nintendo are probably the rarity where they don't need to do that. They don't need to put their games like their Mario games and Princess Peach and Donkey Kong games on other platforms because they sell by the ton anyway. So there you go. Anyway, so we will see what the next big game from PlayStation is that lands on PC. And as soon as we know what it is, of course, we'll tell you lovely people that are watching the show. Let's go on about some more games. Switch is life, says Miss Ginger Ninja. Indeed, we love our Switches. So let's have a look at our next game. This came out last Thursday on Switch, PC, PS4, 5, and Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And this is called Astor, Blade of the Monolith. Let's have a look at this one. Or maybe not, as it crashes. Great.
I already love the look of it.
It's going to be a slideshow, this one, isn't it?
It is. It's going to be a slideshow.
Look at the pretty pictures.
Look at that. Yeah, just look at that. There you go. Hang on. Let's see. I might have to drop it down to a horrible quality and see if it plays. Let's see what happens. It's for some reason it's rebooted and not loaded, but let's see. Let's see if it plays.
In a forgotten age, the ancients mastered.
Do you know what? It's not having it, so we'll play the trailer later. We'll let it play later. I don't know why it's not playing, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. We'll bring it back in a bit. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one as I frantically try and press some buttons to make the rest of this trailer work.
Yeah, this one's a third-person action adventure game. Your character's part of a race on this one planet. So you were sort of created by another race who are long since gone. You've been living peacefully on this planet for a number of years, but now another new, more violent race have appeared, and you're trying to sort of uncover the secrets of the original ancient race that created you to see if you can find some way to sort of stop this this violent race that's come to your planet. So you're journeying across it to try and discover the secrets that you need to defend yourself. I think this one looks decent graphics wise. It got a nice style to it, really cool visually. The combat that I've seen, it looks pretty decent. Looks like your sort of standard third-person combat. A few reviews I've seen say it's got vibes of like games from like older generations, like the older stuff on like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 generation, which sounds quite good because I often find some of the more modern stuff can get a little bit samey with like this, there's a lot the same like mechanics that constantly trying to level your character up, build skills up. So if this is a bit more sort of back to basics, like some of the older stuff we used to see, then this could be quite good fun. So it's one I might possibly have a look at some point. But it just doesn't look and sound like a good, cool game. Well,
what I'm going to do, I think I've got it working, so I'm going to attempt to play the trailer now. So, and if it fails, then Lord help me. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we can actually get this trailer playing, and then we'll see what JJ thinks of it. So let's have a look. Fingers crossed, folks.
It's an interesting concept so far.
Let's go.
In a forgotten age, the ancients mastered secrets we could not fathom. Today, their presence has vanished, their legacy buried beneath a world engulfed in darkness. Only Astor, the young chosen one, possesses the power to defy his evil and restore their lost glory. Venture towards the Monolith, a beacon of immense power left by the ancients. Face and conquer the dark forces that threaten to devour the world. Can Astor unravel the secrets of the ancients and save his people? Will Astor become the blade of the Monolith?
There you go. We got there in the end. We finally managed to get the trailer to work. So there you go. JJ, your thoughts on that after seeing the trailer and what Dave said?
Yeah, I like the graphics, but to be honest, it just doesn't feel like there's something different about it. It's quite samey.
Yeah, there's a couple of people saying, "Oh, this is very Zelda-ish, very similar to that." Danka says, "I'm going to be sticking to a 6.5. The game looks good. Something telling me may struggle on some systems." Ben said 6.5. Dave says a 7. iQuail says a 7. Gozzo says a 6.5. 7 from Kelp Brenny. Miss Ginger Ninja's not impressed with this one at all. A 5. Very average. Mike says I'll give this one a 7. Dave Thank you, saying a 6.5 for those. Manic's going for a 7 as well. Kylie says a 7 because it looks solid, but is a little generic. So, Dave, what do you reckon this got then?
I'm going to go for a 7.
You're going for a 7. Everyone seems to be going 7. Flame says a 7 as well. So there you go. So, JJ, what do you reckon for this one?
It'll be safe to go for a 7. I'd give it to them that it looks visually great, but it just there's still nothing about it that just makes it stand out more from other games. Yeah. I don't know what it's trying to compete with. Yeah,
that's a good point. I mean, Miss Ginger Ninja says the same thing. It just looks very samey. It's not different. And exactly, it doesn't stand out. Becca said, I'd rather watch paint dry, but I'll go All right, folks. Last chance, folks. This is Astor Blade of the Monolith, which came out last Thursday, which is out on Switch, PC, PS4 and 5, and Xbox Series X, S and 1. Circus Digi, hello. How are you? Great to see you. Welcome on in. Compared to a game called Europa coming out that looks beautiful and is different. Are you familiar with that? I've not heard of that. Miss Ginger, about that one.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Look it up.
Chances are, when it does come out, we'll be talking about it on this show because pretty much everything happens. Duchess Weave says Europa looks beautiful. We'll have to have a look at it. Dave's going to start looking there. It's on apparently there's a demo on Switch. There we go. Well, whenever it does come out, I'm sure we'll talk about it on this show because we try and cover as many games as possible. So if there's no one else that wants to put in a score, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this got a 6.5 out of 10. So it's good.
Just not great.
Amazing. It's just,
I mean, not surprised.
Yeah. So there you go. Pretty much what everyone was saying. So congratulations, because a couple of people got that right. Well done. There you go. Congratulations, Gozzo. So he's now 2 for 3. I think so. He's Danker as well. Is 2 for 3. Gozzo, don't worry. We will allow you to go on your holiday, even though you got one wrong. We're not going to hold that against you, but you are allowed to know. Ben's got one. Congratulations, Ben. Well done. Do you think because it's similar to other games that it scored low? Possibly, or it could be the mechanics of the game or how it plays. So there you go. I can't tell you because I did not do that much research on this one. There's a couple of other ones that I did do some research on, but there you go. So congratulations to everyone who got that right. Mr. Brenny, well done. There you go. Well done, everyone. Let's move on to our 4th game this evening. Now, this is out on pretty much everything again. PS4, 5, Switch, PC, Xbox Series X, S1. This came out last Thursday. Please let the trailer play for this one. This is Umbra Claw. Let's have a look at this one. Here we go.
One cat must break the cycle of life and death. Lost in a world after death, Kuon desperately searches for a way back to her owner. To a mere mortal cat, any lurking danger can mean a swift end. However, with the power of Anima Revive, find hope in death. Each time Kuon dies, she'll revive with a new animal ability to tackle the dangers before her. Yet, this process will take its toll on Kuon, changing her body into a humanoid form honed for combat. Will the cat inside transform along with it? Adventure through the stunning twisted underworld and follow the story to a multitude of endings. Can Kuon reunite with her owner in the real world before her 9 lives run out? Cats have 9 lives. Inti Creates presents a new action revival, Umbra Claw. Available May 30th, 2024. Inti creates.
It is so tempting to make cat noises now.
It is, isn't it? And at the same time, I also want to talk like this and sound more serious.
Meow.
Can you make the cat orange? I don't know. Kelp Bunny says a serious score 8.5. There's a lot. Manic says 8 kitties out of 10. Miss Ginger Ninja says not for me, but I love kitties, so 7 out of 10. DJ Mike 8.5. Becca's like, oh, it's either going to be a 7.5 or an 8 for this one. Any other scores we got? Scores we got so far. But Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, I think the trailer explained it pretty well. You're a cat that's died, and you've got to travel through the underworld to try to find a way to get back to your owner in the mortal world. And it's making use of the 9 lives that cats have in the way that it dishes out the powers to you. So whilst you can play through it, with just the normal, without using a single life, you'll just stay as the basic cat.
Yeah.
A simple dodge move. You can get through the game that way, but if your cat does die, it gets more powers the more lives it uses. So it can help traverse the world a bit easier. It's not really a sort of Metroidvania as such in the traditional sense, because you don't need the powers to get through the game.
Yeah.
Say, if you never die, you can get through the game and complete it. And I think some people say in some of the reviews that sort of neutres it a little bit. You don't really need these powers. Yes, you can get them if you die, but there's no real need for the powers. Whereas in a standard Metroidvania, you need to get them. You need to get more powerful. But in this game, you're better off staying, as the basic cat to try and get the best ending in the game. That's the way it sort of works. Otherwise, the cat has changed too much to sort of really get on with the owner. She does make it back if she's using her lives. So it changed a little bit, depending on what powers you end up using. So it sounds interesting. I can't say the visuals of it really grabbed me. I can see what it's going for. It's going for a bit of a nostalgic sort of 16-bit type game, graphics wise, but it doesn't really grab me. So I can't say I'd be rushing out to play this one.
Okay, JJ, what do you think about this one?
I think it's kind of the opposite. So I think the voice, the voiceover and the gorgeous, the stunning visual style really grabbed me. Yeah.
Is it? I mean, obviously, it's not, as Dave says, it's not quite a Metroidvania, but it's got that theme of, because the other game that reminds me of is like Sifu, which was that fighting game that every time you got beat, you come back older, but you're actually a little bit like wiser and better, and it's kind of got that vibe to it. So it's kind of a weird concept, but I guess with having 9 lives, that works quite well. So is that a tempting game for you to try if it's got that sort of, you can get stronger as you go along?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. Maybe they just thought a 2D platformer would be easier.
Yeah,
would be easier for a sort of game like that. As you said, it's not that Metroidvania. It's like it's not really inspired by Metroidvanias. Maybe they just went because it's easier. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see how this did. Becca says, I'm with Dave. Non-bucket as usual score. That's fine. So, well, this time I'll start with JJ on this one. What do you reckon this got?
I think we're going to play it safe and go with 7.
Okay, going for a 7. Dave, what say you, good sir?
I'll try a 7 as well.
You're going for a 7 as well. Sophie says, I'm going with the same score I've said all night. Nobody knows what that score is. Ben says,
scroll back through the chat.
Yeah, I do. What to tell you what I miss is I miss when Sophie always goes, second game is 7.5 no matter what. That's what I miss. That she hasn't done that in ages. I like that. Becca goes, and what would that be, Sophie? Malik says an 8.5. Ben says a 7.5. Circus says, I'm doing good, just playing the new DLC for Destiny 2. We will be talking about that next week on next week's show. We were hoping to talk about it on this week's show, but there's a review embargo on it until tomorrow afternoon, so we couldn't fit it in for tonight's show. But we will talk about it on next week's show. That's a given. We will talk about the new Destiny 2 DLC. I also haven't scored any guessing. What I was going to say. Dave says a 7. Okay, folks, last chance. This is Umbra Claw. Now, let's do it like the voiceover guy, which came out on Thursday the 30th on Switch, PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series XS and 1. Meow. And I can tell you, if there are no more guesses, Aurelian says a 7.5, just sneaks in there. I can tell you that this got A 7 out of 10. Woo!
Cool.
Yes, JJ, that's your second one. Well done.
Thanks.
Can we get a shout out for JJ? Go wish list. Go wish list the game. Go play the demo. Go join the Discord. Do it now. Go.
You know where it's at?
Yeah, Himble Venture. Do it. You won't regret it. Trust me. Dave, it's your first one right this evening. Now, as people may not know, Dave is not a streamer. Dave is not a content creator. It's just been my best friend for like nearly 40 years. We can't give him a normal shout out, so we have to do something a bit special. How would you like your shout out, Dave, for tonight?
Let's just start off with some spinning on the old chair, mate.
Spinning on the old chair. Let's do that. Here we go. Go DM Mag to get Timeless Publishing. Shush. Stop it. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm not starting a publishing company yet. Here we go. Ready? We're just limbering up. Don't worry. Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. Don't forget, you can also do exclamation Dave in chat and give him a shout about. What about a record? Like what? No, don't start another business on top of the other one. We haven't even got the publishing company off the ground yet. Congratulations to everyone who got that right. There is the Discord again. There is the link. Thank you, Soph. Go wishlist. There's the Discord as well. Go check it out. And make sure that you've played the demo by the time the show's finished. And then tell us what you think when we come back. Coming on to another news story. We talked about PlayStation to start with. And now we're jumping over to Microsoft and Xbox. So, as some of you know, Sunday is the big showcase for Xbox. We're expecting maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of Xbox games to be announced that we're going to hopefully see in the next year or maybe 2 years. And then it's swiftly followed by first ever time ever that we're getting a Call of Duty showcase tagged on to the end. Some people are saying this might be an hour or so. To basically show off Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which will be landing on Game Pass day one for the first time ever on Xbox. Now, there was some rumors going around that people were saying, well, which Game Pass is it going to be on? Oh, are they going to do a thing where, yes, you can play it on Game Pass, but you've got to pay more money to play it? And Microsoft have turned around and gone, no. If you've got standard Game Pass, if you've got PC Game Pass, if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, you can play it on day one, free of charge, on PC or Xbox. If you want to get it on PlayStation, you'll have to pay the normal fee, the charge, as it comes to PlayStation. Or if you haven't got Game Pass, then you'll have to pay the normal fee to buy the game as normal. Clarify, can't wait for the Xbox showcase. Not COD. I'm not so fussed about COD. But for the fact it's going to be the first one on Game Pass, might stream it. Maybe. Haven't decided. And I haven't played a COD game in 15 years, so don't ask. Dave Johnson says, so far I've been DM'd about a publishing house, an indie publisher, cookbooks, and now a record label. Fuck off, Mac. I can't help it. You're my manager. You have to deal with these inquiries. That's all I'm saying. Where did the cookbook come from? I'm not starting a cookbook. Flipping heck. Or am I? There we go. And now do a dog show. Well, we can do that. We will just copy Chihuahua Town, which I'm off to in the summer. Take the Chihuahuas to Chihuahua Town. So there you go. So do you think, let's just, right, we're going to make this really simple. They've clarified it. Xbox, Call of Duty, coming to Game Pass whenever they announce it. And obviously we'll find that out on Sunday that it'll be coming it's going to be sometime between September and the end of November. We know that. So we'll get a date for it. And then question is it any more likely to make you want to play it if it's on Game Pass? That's going to be my question for tonight.
I think it might tempt a few people to drop in and have a look, because it's usually like at least 70 quid, isn't it, for the new release? And
yeah, you
might not really be interested in playing like every part of it. You might just want to have a go at the campaign or just the zombies part or just the multiplayer. So it's actually having to buy the entire package for, say, a couple of parts you're not even remotely interested in. So that might inspire a few people to like pick it up on Game Pass to give it a go. Whether it will result in more Game Pass subscriptions, which is what Microsoft will ultimately be hoping for, I have to wait and see if it actually does. Because obviously, I think their Game Pass subscriptions has been fairly static. It hasn't really gone up a huge amount like they would have liked.
Hasn't.
that I think they're dropping this in to try and give it a bit of a boost. So you can get more people to subscribe to the service and keep subscribing to it. Whether they will or not, God knows. I have to wait and see. I don't know. It wouldn't really inspire me to go and buy Game Pass.
No,
it's not a game I'm that bothered about, to be quite honest. But if I am subscribing at the time, I might have a look at it to see what the campaign part of it's like.
There you go. Kai says yes, it's on Game Pass. I'll try it out on the cloud and then never play it again. Mag, aren't we measuring your height this year on stage at Timeless? Well, we will find out. We'll talk about Timeless in a minute. JJ, would you? I mean, when was the last time you played a Call of Duty game, if ever?
I used to play Call of Duty. That was like a decade ago with some friends.
Yeah.
There was Black Ops, Modern Warfare. I think my favourite bit was the zombie bit. Yeah.
Would you, because I don't know if you're an Xbox owner or not, but
used to be.
So if you had Game Pass, would you go and play this one? Seeing that you've not played one for about 10 years ago. I'm the same as you. I've not played a Call of Duty game in donkey's years. So
yeah, that is an interesting question. I think it depends on the motivation from your peers. If you're amongst any Call of Duty fans, wouldn't play it on my own myself.
Yeah.
Just might have to invest my time into something.
Yeah.
More personal.
It's the thing. I think this is quite a big thing for them in that respect. But then once they start churning this out like they do every year, I don't think it's going to be, unless they do something amazing. I'm very tempted to stream this because it's the first one, but whether I will or not, I don't know. That's a conversation for me and my show producer to decide, but we probably will at some point. But yeah, I like the zombie mode, which I'm sure they're going to unveil for this new one. See, Danka says this is the only thing that keeps him interested in it. I would probably play some of that, and that would be all right. There you go. Becca says, card equals boring, same shit, different name, or should I say number to title? And that's coming from an ex Call of Duty lover. There you go. And Becca's a big Xbox fan. So yeah, she's not even that interested about it. But if you want to find out more about what other games are being announced, the showcase is part of Summer Games Fest, which is on Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time, followed on the Sunday by the PC Gaming Show. I will list all the stuff in my Discord. Everything kicks off on the Thursday night with Guerrilla Games Collective. And I know then we've got the big Summer Games Fest show on the Friday. And for those who are interested, I am streaming because I've got officially co-streaming because I'm an Ubisoft partner. I will be streaming the Ubisoft Forward at 7:30 UK time on Monday live. So if anyone wants to come and join in and watch that unveil live, come and watch my channel. And then we're going to play some Killer Klowns from outer space after. There you go. Just because we can. So there you go. So we don't need to merge. Let's talk about Timeless. Thank you, Manic, for the thing. So for those who don't know, yes, we are running a gaming convention because we're nuts. And yes, we are doing it for the third time. And if you don't know what it is, here's the trailer. And for anyone who missed, we have a very special announcement. We had a couple of announcements last night, but check this out. Let's play the trailer and we'll talk more Timeless Gaming Convention after this. Night, Soph. Take care. Yes, for those who don't know, I am silly enough to run a gaming convention along with Dave and Jesse and Amy. And it's our third year and it takes place at Europe's largest arcade, which is Arcade Club in Bury in Greater Manchester. On the 14th of August, we have got 11 hours of gaming heaven for you, where there is over 400 arcade machines. In fact, there's probably going to be more than that because they've started even more work on the ground floor. And apparently the ground floor is going to get even bigger, even after we announced that venues got even bigger anyway. So they've got retro arcade machines, they've got new consoles, they've got new console machines, they've got pinball, pool tables, air hockey, basketball nets, light gun games, the lot. On top of that, we have exhibitors there. We have a live gaming challenge stage where you can play games like Tekken 8, Just Dance 2024. We've got a bullion competition. We have lots of other games that we're going to be announcing that you can play. We've got some retro gaming challenges for you as well. On top of that, we have got our live stage where we have got tons of guests from the gaming world. We've got gaming legends panel, people who've worked on such games as Theme Park, Theme Hospital, GoldenEye, Killer Instinct, Helldivers 2, Cyberpunk, Dead Island 2, just to name a few, Gears of War, Crisis, Time Crisis, etc. And we've got guest speakers, we've got a gaming quiz, we've got DJs, we've got a cosplay, and also we were going to announce our opening keynote speaker. And on Sunday night, it was announced by the keynote speaker, not us, because we hadn't officially confirmed it, but it looks like it's going to happen. So I'm going to play this clip, ladies and gentlemen, and you might recognize this gentleman, but he will be doing a 45-minute keynote at 11:45 and kicking off the show. And if you don't know who this is, we will explain this later, but this was live on his stream on Sunday night. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to put this in full screen as well. Here we go.
So go along to www.controlaidelete.com. Control is spelled like it is on your keyboard, CTRL. And you'll find out loads of cool stuff all about what we're doing. So we've written this amazing movie. It's about a bunch of geeky gamers who are looking forward to a convention, not unlike Timeless Gaming. In fact, I'll go back over there and see if he's told me what date it's on there. Have you told me? Oh, the mug is cool. Says Timeless Gaming Convention. 14th of August. Thank you, says Timeless Gaming. 14th of August. Go to Bury. Interestingly, I'm guessing if you Google Timeless Gaming Convention, you can see these guys' website. I'm actually going to be doing the opening keynote, and I'm going to be talking about this very topic. So there you go. I've done the advert for the Timeless Gaming Convention. Back to the sponsor of this show, controlaidelete.net.
For those who don't know, that is Mr. Jason Bradbury, who was the host of the Gadget Show for many, many years over on Channel 5. Yeah, we have confirmed that Jason is going to come all the way from Cornwall and be our opening keynote speaker. Not only talk about the fact that he was on the Gadget Show and all the crazy gadgets that he'd done, but some of his favorite games that he's ever played. The fact that he actually, I didn't know this, he actually stars in one of the Assassin's Creed games because he's such a big Assassin's Creed fan. Did not know that. He's going to also talk about a gaming documentary, which is what you saw there that he's plugging. And he's got this movie that he's going to be plugging. And not only is he going to do his talk, he's going to stay there all day. And you lot can go and meet him and talk to him all day. He said he will stay there. He's going to have a little stand to plug his movie. And you can come up to him, talk to him, get autographs, have photos with him and talk. So he is such a nice guy. He is the most amazing guy. And that is Jason from the Gadget Show. And yes, we didn't officially get to announce it, but he's clearly excited about it because he announced it on stream, on his stream on Sunday night. So there you go. Yes, so there you go. Oh my God. I heard Jason, Ashins and Josh are going to hold a special 3-hour talk on the brilliance of Halo. That's when you'll find me in the skip outside the venue. Ben said, let's get him playing Bullion. I think we can make that happen. Is that the show where they blow stuff up, or am I getting confused with something else? I don't, did they blow stuff up? I know they tested a lot of stuff and things, but I don't know whether they ever blew stuff up. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did do destruction tests, apparently. There you go. There you go. When the keynote speaker says, fuck the rules, and has announced it himself. There you go. So there you go. We have got Jason on board. We are very privileged to have him on. He's an absolutely wonderful guy. And he will be at Timeless. So, folks, go get your tickets now, folks. I will bring up the website. You can go check it out, timelessgamingconvention.co.uk. All that, plus, I forgot to say, we have a content creators lounge for you wonderful content creators. We also have launched our limited edition merch for this year. So not only can you get all the merch that we had at last year's, but you can get the new merch, which you will only be able to buy up till the week after the event. And if you buy it by this week, you can get 20% off all the merch on the new merch only. And then you can come and collect it at the event from the stand. So we've got 2 types of hoodies, t-shirt, poster, mug, baseball cap. You can get 20% off right now. Even tells you that on the website. Plus, we've got the wonderful Debug magazine, who are running an indie game area. They're running you might have seen some tweets where they kind of elusively said, we are running a thing, an event, and we're looking for indie game devs. Please sign up. That's what they're running. They hopefully will have 21 different brand new games for you to play in the game. And we're doing tabletop games with our friends at Geek Retreat Berry. So get your tickets now, folks. All that I've just mentioned, plus all our other guests and everything else for the 11 hours is 20 quid. It costs you, as of this month, £18 to get into Arcade Club. So for £2 more, you get everything I just mentioned. You can have a VIP experience, which is 50 quid, which gets you in 1 hour earlier. Also gets you a goodie bag with over 50 quid's worth of free stuff. Gets you some timeless merch. Gets you 10% off any other timeless merch that you want. Gets you a free lunch voucher. And also gets you on stage for the competitions before anyone else if you hold up your VIP lanyard. And you get to get in at 10 a.m. an hour before anyone else. We do a family ticket, 2 adults, 2 kids, which saves you a tenner. Children under 5 go free. And if you're a lone parent, you can bring a child with you for just an extra tenner. So you don't have to buy a family ticket, saving you 20 quid for a 30 quid ticket. There are discounts for groups of 5 or more. On standard tickets, you get 10% off. Or you can go to any of these wonderful people that are in my chat right now, such as Dave represents, Ashens. You can get 15% off all the tickets from Ashens, Atomic Moonchild, DJ Mike, Kylie and Pete from Rapid Reviews. Who else is there? Mr. Brenny, who's in chat. Anybody else I can see? Musa Leah, who's lurking as well. Any of those wonderful people, you can get 15% off all tickets, and more than 50% of the VIP tickets have gone. So, folks, don't wait before it's too late. We have some more wonderful guests to announce, and we will officially announce Jason as soon as we've signed the contracts with him. So that will happen. But there you go. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's crack on with the show. Pinpoint me to the bar. Oh, Becca, you're going to love this. There might even be a bar on the ground floor now, hopefully. So there will be a bar on every floor, 4 floors. And apparently there's now a popcorn machine as well. But there you go. An indie games publisher, a cookbook printer, a record label, a dog show, a travel company, a racing company. What next? A bloody games convention. Yes, that is one thing that I do run. So there you go. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's supporting the event. And go get your tickets now. We want to make this the 3rd and best year we've ever done. Anyway, on with the show. Enough of my ramblings. Talking of retro games, we do a little segment called 100 Games to Play Before You Die. This is where we basically got one of those cheap posters from a gadget shop. And allegedly, these are games that you should play before you die. We've had such wonderful things as Crash Bandicoot 2. That is a good one, isn't it? Wipeout 2097, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tomb Raider, Time Crisis 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Last of Us, and Super Smash Bros. Melee, and House of the Dead 2, amongst others. Now, neither my guest or Dave or the chat knows what this week's installment is. And believe it or not, this is number 99 of the 100 games. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one because this was the oldest trailer I could find, but it's still not the oldest version of the game. So I'm going to basically say, if you've ever played this game in any format, then it's going to count. So here is this week's 100 Games to Play Before You Die. Let's go.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when the board, fans and media doubt you, yet inspire your team to win by a goal or 2. If you can save your team from certain relegation with nothing but your will to win, then give them all the credit, massaging the egos of 11 men. If you can push your superstar to always up his game, or meet with total disaster and shoulder all the blame. If you can take a rising star and teach him the pitfalls of success, or stand up to the short-sighted board when they're demanding more for less. If you can go in 3-0 down, then take your men and lift their heads, or endure abuse from the opposition and leave the retorts unsaid. If you can handle the media spotlight whilst knowing they wait like wolves for your fall, or bring on another striker, risking it all. If you can motivate your men to fill those dying seconds with a last-minute run. Yours is the glory, the game, and everything that's in it. And what's more, you'll be a manager, my son.
So that's the oldest trailer I can find, which is from 2008. But basically, because it doesn't state which football manager, I'm going to say anyone who's played Football Manager, it would count. But it looks like that there's only 2 people in the chat that actually played it. So I have to ask, Dave, because I've never played it.
God, no.
No.
Don't like football, wouldn't waste my time. I was reading something else while you're playing that trailer. So how much I don't care about Football Manager.
Okay, JJ, have you ever played it?
Well, football games aren't really my thing, to be honest.
So that's a no then.
No. It's a no.
Yeah, I honestly, Kelpenny says I play it all the time. That's cool. Like, if you enjoy these games, that's cool. Mike says I played it. There's a lot of people have said no. So, unfortunately, this isn't getting scratched off this week. So, it stays unscratched because there's out of all the people in the chat, only 2 have said yeah, or 3 have said yes. But what we will say is we have got some games that have not been scratched off, JJ. So we want to see if you've played these, see if we can get them scratched off. Have you ever played Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal?
I've played the first Ratchet and Clank, but not Up Your Arse. Didn't get as far.
Okay,
but
all right.
I have a feeling it'll be good anyways because it's like Ratchet and Clank.
I like the Ratchet and Clank games, but that will stay unscratched. There you go. Who stole my bucket, says Dave. There's Total War Shogun 2.
Oh, is that about cars?
No, it's a war strategy game.
War strategy, not my thing, so no.
Okay. And then there's a rare game which I think will never get scratched off, which I don't even think came out in this country, which was on Nintendo 64 called Quest 64.
It's not going to get scratched.
Quest 64, is that like an RPG, like an adventure RPG?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, there you go, folks. Our last one next week. There we go. God help us for next week. I didn't even bother to look. Scratch off Quest 64, you coward. No, we're not doing it until we've got more than 3 people who played it. We've had 1 person. It did come out. It just had different names in different regions. What was it called again in the UK again, iQuail? You can tell us. And I will, while you're telling us, I'll do that. Go on, Manic. Quick question. And then I will crack on with our next trailer for our next game. As I sit there and wait. What is tomorrow's community night? Fortnite, Manic. We are playing Fortnite tomorrow. Is our monthly Fortnite community night. Because I am not around at the end of the month because I'm at TwitchCon. So we brought it forward. So it will be Fortnite. And you'll be happy to know, Manic, Zenkai is not around. He's got to work, so he won't be there. So he won't be chasing us around the map like normal. Dave says, I played it. So did that man who looks like me and obviously in a fake moustache. That doesn't count. I thought you'd be happy about that, Manic. So there you go. Anyway, let's move on to our 5th game tonight. Our next 2 games are both racing games. Oh my God, Quest 64 was called Holy Magic Century in Europe, apparently.
Catchy title.
Yeah. Even more so, would have not played it. This is a racing game. This came out last Thursday. This is out on Xbox Series X, S1, PS4, 5, Switch, PC, and mobile phone. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Horizon Chase 2. let's have a look at this one. There you go, folks. Horizon Chase 2. There we go, which looks really cool. Couple of people already putting their scores in. Danker also saying 7.5. Kelp Bunny says a 6.5 from him. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, please.
Yes, this one's just trying to catch the sort of classic style of arcade racing, like we used to have, like say the original Outrun or Chase HQ, stuff like that. That really sort of fast-paced, racing. It looks like it's done a pretty good job at it. Actually, it's a decent-looking game. It's got all the sort of standard modes you'd want in this sort of thing. You've got your single-player campaign, it's your races against the AI, but it does include local and online multiplayer. So it's nice to see a game with the local multiplayer, because not many do it these days. So it's nice to just get your friends around, and both race together. On this game, I say it looks pretty decent. Music sounds good. And so I think if you want a bit of a nostalgia hit, this is probably one to grab.
Just to clarify, because Dank was saying, didn't this come out on Switch a while ago? It did. It came out a while back on Switch. Then it came out on PC. But then last Thursday, it got its release on mobile phone, all the PlayStations and all the Xboxes, just so to clarify. But we've never talked about it on the show, so we thought we'd encompass it in. A couple more people with scores. Flame saying a 7.5. Atomic Moonchild says 7. JJ? What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I'm already convinced by the soundtrack and the graphics and the accessibility of it.
Nice. I like games like this. This is right up my street. Forgive the pun. Racing game. But there you go. Games Guru. Yes, hello. How you doing? Maybe nostalgia. Taking over. Are you a big fan of racing games, JJ? Do you play a lot of racing games, or do you like that retro style of racing game?
I just like the retro style of that racing game.
Nice.
But don't play them personally.
Okay, cool. iQuail was saying a 7.5. Was hoping this would be more like Outrun 2. I really want a new version of Outrun 2 with the content from all the different versions so bad. What was the question again? Don't worry. Games Guru, hello. Says, hello, JJ Fox. How are you doing? There you go.
Hiya, Games Guru. You right?
There you go. So, folks, get your scores in for this one. I'll start with Dave this time. What do you reckon for this one?
I'll try a 7 for this one.
Okay, going for a 7 out of 10. JJ, what do you reckon this has got?
Let's go for an 8.
Okay, going for an 8. All right. And anybody else, folks, get your scores in. This is Horizon Chase 2, which came out last Thursday on all the Xboxes, all the PlayStations, and mobile phone, but is already out for Switch and PC. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that this got, and it eluded, it's just kind of sat in between both your scores, because this got a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh.
So there you go. Smack bang in the middle there. Manic said 7 there, just got you in. So anyone who said 7.5, like iQuail, iQuail got that right. Gozzo got it right. Danker got it right. So it's definitely worth checking out. Go check it out. Anybody else that said 7.5? There you go. Go check it out. Kylie said 7.5. Why are you not on my screen, Kylie? Why are you not there? Where is it? I'm looking for your thing. I can't find it. There you go. I'll take your word for that. I'll take your word for that. There you go. So if we can get some shout outs, please, folks. Either Dave or Jesse, if you're here, or Becca, if you're happy to do it for me, I'd greatly. Buried in a comment. Yeah, I'm trying to find it and I can't see it, but congratulations for getting that right. So there you go. 7.5. There you go. So moving from one racing game, are any mods doing anything? Are there mods here? Hello, mods. Please.
They've all gone for a quick cup of tea.
They've gone for a cup of tea, right? Well, we'll do some shout outs in a minute while the next trailer's playing. And if there's no mods that can do it, from one racing game to another racing game, this time a little bit more serious. Thank you, Becca. Appreciate that. This comes round, but once a year, like Christmas. Now, ironically, last year's game did get an honourable mention in my top games of the year because I thought it was outstanding. The question is, can this relive to being as good as last year's, which everyone has said is probably one of the best ones in a long, long time? Or will it flounder? This is out on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and 1, and you'll be able to see me play it on Thursday night stream. This is F1 2024. Let's have a look at this.
And he takes the win.
Here's the competitor to beat.
What a performance. What a victory. It's finally here. Formula One in 2024.
The wait is over in Bahrain, and we are just hearing that the starting grid is on the look for a new driver. Who will it be?
I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting shit.
Radio is good.
Here we go.
And the Grand Prix is underway.
What a dramatic start. Can you believe it?
I feel like they're gonna bleed.
Yes.
Spun out of my
Oh, he's lost it.
How it goes. That's it.
The pit lane's going to be alive now. They're all in.
On my own, here we go. I'm set on overdrive. On my own, here we go.
It's not every day that we get to see such incredible wheel-to-wheel racing.
Out of the final corner. And here's our winner today.
Can you beat me?
Yes.
What a race. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to the fans.
So there you go, folks. F1 24. As I say, F1 2023 was regarded as one of the best ones in the series, and I would certainly go with that. And I'm not a big F1 fan, but I really did love last year's game. But is this going to be able to beat it? Dave, tell us more about this one and what's different from the previous years.
Not really a huge amount of differences from what I'm reading. It really is just like, because you send an iterative, improvement over last year's one. They've updated the graphics like they always do.
Yeah.
Updated some of the tracks. Some of those look better. Better character models. I think they've updated the handling model of the car, so that will feel a little bit different. Of course, whether you like it is entirely subjective. I think it's meant to be a little bit easier for newcomers to get into it. But apart from that, you've got all the standard stuff. You've got your standard career mode, multiplayer mode, all that stuff. The one thing that this doesn't have, that I think last year's version had, was the sort of proper sort of story, the sort of there's that story mode with that whole drama that goes on with like the different teams. That apparently happens like every other year.
Yeah, now that
last year,
confused me,
but not in this one.
This is what got me, because I thought that was every year and they started it 2 years ago. But it turns out it was in F1 21. Then it was in the game that I played 23. So we've got to wait until 25.
Next year's one.
Yeah, which surprised me. So I'm kind of like, oh, that's not in it. But
yeah, so it's probably a bit of a tough sell, really, this one. Unless you're a real big fan of like F1, you got to have like the latest game with the latest, driver information in there, team information in there. Then there's probably not much else for like most of the people that really sort of say it's a worthwhile upgrade over F1 23.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's what it is. With any of these yearly releases, there's usually not a huge amount that really changes. It's just graphical bits and pieces here and there.
JJ, as you said, you're not really I don't know. Have you ever played any of the F1 games? You didn't seem like you're a big racing fan generally, but is this something that you would give a try?
Well, if I went back into Formula One, well, it's something I'd sit with my parents to watch. We watch Formula One, so it's got something going on in the household, but I have no motivation to get into Formula One at the moment, so I'd personally give this one a pass. But I am sort of aware that Formula One as a company, they make millions, and they just pay millions to this company, this game studio. They'll just make like flawless realistic graphics, photorealistic graphics.
Yeah, to be fair, Codemasters have done a really good job over the years with it, and they even said the character models look more realistic. The actual drivers actually look like the drivers, and they've even included, I think, people like Ayrton Senna and people from, you know, the past that you can now play as well, which is cool. But if it is pretty much still the same thing that they're churning out, it's going to fall into that kind of FIFA thing where you kind of go, oh, it's the same old malarkey. But so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's a bit of a funny one. But let's see what people think. iQuel says, I think I saw somewhere that the F1 driver so also streams racing sims on. He probably does. That probably doesn't surprise me. I'm sure I know someone. Actually, in fact, one of our guests that was on the show, Mr. Mike Channel from Outside Xbox, was invited to play that game with him. So he actually got to play with him. I think that was like last year when F1 2023 came out. So yeah, which is pretty cool. Also, if there's any fans of Top Gear magazine, Mike actually now writes a gaming column in Top Gear magazine about racing games, which is now done there. So just for your Top Gear fans, so there you go. Let's see what this got, folks. Then, so get your scores in. Got 7.5 from Manic, 8 from Kelp Brenny, 7.5 from Gozzo, 7.5 from Danker. Anybody else want to have a guess at this? JJ, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'll go with 7.5.
7.5 as well. Okay. And Dave?
I'm going to go with 7.5. It seems like the safe bet for this.
Seems like the safe bet. Okay. DJ Mike saying a 7. Atomic Moonchild says 7. Becca says I'm with Dave, so that's a 7.5. Anybody else, folks? This is your last call. This is F1 2024, which is out on, was out last Friday on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And if you want to see more of it, I am streaming on Thursday, and I will give my own opinion on it on Thursday's show. iQuest says 7, not my words, the words of Top Gear magazine. There you go. Ben says, right, I'm knackered, going to bail. Good stream. JJ, if you want to test your game on Switch but don't have access to the dev kit, drop me a DM on Discord.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
So we'll do that. Let me know if you need introducing to each other, and we'll sort it out. Unless
I'd
Ben...
like to get your contact details or any socials, Ben. That'll be great.
We'll do it. We'll do it. I'll speak to Ben. If you don't manage to do it tonight, we'll sort it all out for you, and we'll get it all sorted.
Yeah, cheers.
There you go. No worries. Right, let's have a look. What did this get, folks? If there are no more guesses, I can tell you that this, as pretty much most people guessed, got a 7.5 out of 10. So there you go. So can we get another shout out for JJ? I will drop JJ's Discord. Go wishlist that game. Go join the Discord. Go play the demo, folks. It's there. There's the Discord. Congratulations to everybody else. There's a load of people that got that right, which is pretty amazing. So well done, everybody. Well done. And Dave, you got it right. So how would you like your shout out this time around, my friend?
Well, let's get you a bit of exercise, mate. Stretch your legs. So do you want to do your walk on from the side?
We'll do the walk on. Okay. All right. And Manic, well done. He got his first one right tonight. Well done, Manic. There you go. Are you ready, Dave?
Yeah, I am, mate.
Okay. Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. It's just going to get more ridiculous, isn't it? But there you go.
I like Mr. Johnson's suggestion. That might be the next one.
Tell him to jump out the window. Yeah, but it's the ground floor. Yeah, we said about this.
It'd be good to see you jump out of it.
Yeah.
See if you can make it.
I'll look at that
in the room with a running jump.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen then? I'm going to have to start a double glazing company as well then, on top of all these other companies that apparently I'm starting. So there we go. All right. A next bit of news, some more PlayStation news. This one, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll be brutally honest. I think this is a bit weird. So it was literally announced yesterday that you will be able to use a PSVR 2 on PC as of the 7th of August. But, and again, I'm kind of like, I don't get why, because it will cost you $60 in America to be able to get a PC adapter for your PSVR 2 to be able to use it on a PC. However, you also need to purchase a display port on top of that, and you need to have a PC that's VR ready. And also, they've stated that a lot of the key features that feature in a PSVR 2 will not actually function if you play it for a PC. So what's the point?
I think from Sony's point of view, probably because it isn't selling as well as they'd hoped for the PS5 console. It's probably a way to try and get more sales of it, because it's probably not too badly priced compared to the PC headsets in the market. But it's probably still a bit of a tough sell, because I suppose if you've got a PS5, you brought one, and you've also got a gaming PC sitting there that you haven't got a headset for. Okay, it's only another like $60, as you say, 50 quid to like connect it up to that. But I'd say if you're the sort of person who has, say just got a PC but hasn't got any VR headset, I don't know whether this would really be the one to go for. I mean, I'd always point people in the direction of the Quest 3, because that would cost you less to get that. Plus, it can be used standalone as well as PC. So I don't know. I think it's still a bit of a hard sell. And as you say, a lot of the main features of the headset don't work. So there's no haptics from the headset itself. No haptics from the controllers. You get the basic rumble, no eye tracking, no high dynamic range stuff. So it is missing quite a lot of features that made it good when connected to a PS5.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's still a bit of a hard sell, especially the fact that you've got to spend another 50 quid on top of buying the damn thing to connect it to your PC. So it is going to be quite expensive.
Yeah. It's another one of these gadgets where I kind of think, have Sony lost the plot? Because they brought out this PlayStation Portable, which you can only use if your PlayStation's on and only if you're connected Wi-Fi. And yet you can go and get a Backbone, which is £100 cheaper, and you can play it anywhere. And this just seems pointless, because, as you said, you could get a MetaQuest headset, which is cheaper, because you need a PC VR ready PC to be able to. So why haven't you got that? Why would you go and get that? Because you've got to buy an adapter and a dongle and something else. And it's like, it's more expensive. It makes no sense to me why anyone would do that when you can get a perfectly good PC VR set and it would work.
Yeah, that's it. I think there's just better options out there than what this will actually offer. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I guess we'll see if it shifts any more headsets for them. But I think part of the problem with the trying to shift it on the PS5, it's probably too expensive, really.
Yeah,
like 530 quid usually. That, I mean, you obviously got to buy the PS5 itself in the first place, so end up spending probably close to £1,000 all in for the whole kit. But then they're not really bringing out a huge amount of games themselves for VR. Sony aren't from the first party studios.
No,
third parties to do it. But then most of that stuff's on PC anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I tend to just stick to PC VR instead of any sort of console VR.
Gozo says hopefully the price will come down soon. We are starting to see the prices of PlayStation 5 slowly coming to drop, not by a massive amount, but by a small amount. So they might do that. Rumors have it that they have stopped production or halted production on PSVR 2s because they're not shifting the backlog of stock that they've got. Whether that's true or not, because it is a rumor, we'll have to see. But we will find out. We'll be talking everything PlayStation in a little bit with our last news story after our last game of the evening. This is one I'm looking forward to. I will be playing this on Monday night after the Ubisoft Forward. I know that JJ's quite excited about this one as well when I mentioned it. So, folks, our closing game of the night. This came out today. It's available on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is the horror action game Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Let's have a look at this. Here goes.
That's what you get, you bastard!
Use the resurrection machine to bring back dead friends. Whoa! You brought everyone back!
There you go, folks. The totally balmy, insane Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which I'm going to save Dave this little bit, but it's made by Ilphonic. So if you played the original Friday the 13th game, which I did love, if you played the Ghostbusters multiplayer game, or you played the Predator Hunting Ground, you know what you're going to get with this because they do quite good things. So yeah, it's very similar to last year's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but obviously with Killer Klowns from Outer Space. So Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, well, it's another asymmetrical multiplayer game based on an old horror film. Yeah, this one I can't say I'd ever even heard of, but apparently it's considered a cult classic. So I don't know. It looks all right. Yeah, if you play stuff like Dead by Daylight or Friday the 13th or the other ones you mentioned, you kind of know what you're going to get. You've got a number of players playing as the Klowns. I think in this case it's 3 of them. Yep. And then number of players playing humans, which I think can be up to 7. Yep. So obviously the humans got to try and escape. There's like multiple exit points on the levels. The way they've got this one set up, and I don't know if they've done it the same way in other games, but the exit points can only let a certain number of humans out.
No, this is
there might be a rickety bridge that you can cross, but only like 3 characters get it over it before it collapses. So then the humans are going to try and use one of the other escape routes. So I think it just requires some coordination with the human characters, because there could be times where, say, one human escapes in a boat, but the boat could have held like 2 more characters. So they kind of like wasted it in a way, wasted some of the opportunities. So you definitely want some coordination, which I don't know, if you're not playing with friends, probably won't happen. You're probably going to find yourself scuppered a few times. But it certainly looks okay. I like the idea of the mini games that they've added in for people who have escaped, because it saves you just sitting there, watching the rest of the match go on, but with nothing else to do. It would save you quitting out. The mini games that you can do kind of like help the human players, might give them extra weapons to destroy the trailer, other things like that. So that's quite a cool idea. So it's nice to see it's got a few new things in that some of the previous games of this type haven't had before.
Yeah, I think it takes what they learned from their Friday the 13th game and has built on it. And as you say, even if you die in it, it's not the end, because you can play these mini games to help, but then you can also be resurrected, so you can come back into the game if they successfully do that. So I like the look of this. We'll give it a try, but the question is, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which came out last summer, no one's really talking about that. It came out, everyone said, oh, it's really good. A month later, no one's talking. I don't even know anyone who's still playing it. But we'll have to see. Will this have longevity? Will it not? we'll have to see. The Ghostbusters one seemed to do quite well for about a year. Then that went quiet. That's been out 2 years this year.
It's a more known franchise, though, isn't it? Who's really heard of this one?
This one, I know. This is a bit of an iconic thing.
No, this film at all.
Yeah, exactly. JJ, your thoughts on this one?
It seems like the horror genre in games seems to come and go quite quickly, as it does with 3D platformers.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the trailer about the killer clowns like ages ago, and I already thought it's going to be a fun looking game. And it looks like they've really upped their game from the last couple of years since I saw that trailer.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. I think it's one of these games you've got friends to play with, or you've not played it. You'll probably get a lot of fun out of it. But how long this game will last before it might get boring is a question, but we'll see. Again, I'll give my opinion on it when I play it next Monday. So tune in for that next Monday. So, folks, being the last game of the night, what do we think this got? Get your scores in. Danka reckons a 7. Gozzo says a 7. Kelt Brenny says a 7. Kylie says a 7. Iquel says a 6. Moonchild says a 7. Aurelian says 6.5. JJ, let's go with you. What do you reckon this got?
Let's give it a 7.
Going for a 7 as well. Dave, what say you?
I'll try a 7.5.
7.5. Okie dokie. Any more, folks? Get your scores. Becca's with you as well, Dave. So there you go. That'll be a 7.5 for Becca. Any more, folks? This is Killer Klowns from Outer Space, which came out today. And is on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And if there are no more scores in the chat, I can tell you this got... Oh, Dave said 6.5. It's got a 7.5 out of 10. So there you go. 7.5 out of 10. So it's decent. But will it last? That's the question we've got to see with some of these games. But I'm looking forward to playing it. So there you go. So congratulate Dave. You can't change your score after. No. Becca, well done. You got it right because Dave got it right. Who else said 7.5? I think Dave, you might have been the only one with Becca, actually. Yeah, because everyone else was going for 7. Cool. So there you go. So, Dave, how do you want your shout out?
Let's get you going behind your chair and jumping up, mate. See how your knees are holding up.
Probably not very well, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Oh, no, that went crack. There you go. That hasn't done that for a while. You ready?
Go for it.
3, 2, 1. Dave!
Very nice.
Oh, Kelt Brenny got it. Congratulations, Brenny. Sorry, dude. I missed that. Well done, dude. Yeah, my leg went. There you go. So we have got some little extras. We have got a game that if you want to find out more, go to my Discord. There is another game that we haven't talked about this week, which came out on Friday, which was called Hypercharge Unboxed, which is a game where you play lots of little toy soldiers battling it around the house and toy shops. That is out on PC, Switch, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1. And that got an 8 out of 10 on average. If you want to find out about that game, it will be in my Discord. If the mods can put the Discord link, come join the Discord. We put any other trailers of games that we didn't get a chance to talk about in there. What game is it that's toys was about? That is called Hypercharge Unboxed. I will add that into the game chat after this. But if you're not a member of the Discord, go join our Discord. Before we end the show, because we've got a couple of things, obviously we're going to rattle through this as quickly as possible. It was obviously Summer Games Fest we've mentioned is coming up. All stuff kicks off this Thursday and ends on Monday. We might be getting a Nintendo Direct that might be part of it, but we don't know. If not, it's all going to end Monday night with the Ubisoft Forward with me. But PlayStation decided to do their own State of Play showcase, and I'm going to bring this up. I'm not going to play the sounds on this. I'm going to run this in the background like I normally do. And we're going to show some of the games that were shown off on it and give our thoughts. So I'm just going to play this in the background. This was everything that was announced at the State of Play for PlayStation. Not in the order that it came, but I have to say, I was very underwhelmed. I watched the whole thing. I was very underwhelmed by the whole thing. And there was only really 2 games that I was interested in from this. And then after watching the Silent Hill showcase, I'm now only interested in one game because I actually thought the Silent Hill game looked terrible.
I thought some bits of that looked good. I thought the environmental stuff looked good. I thought they really got the fog right in this one.
Yeah.
The fog effect looked awesome. As to how it's going to turn out, I don't know. It's good anyway. I'm going to wait for the reviews. You can kind of see that it might possibly hit the sort of 7 mark, not the 9s that you'd really want it to get. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about that one. But I mean, for me, the main ones from this one that's playing at the moment, I like the look of this VR game. There's an Aliens VR game as well that's been announced. That's cool, fingers crossed. But for me, the best thing that I saw in the show, which will come shortly, is the Astrobot, because that just looked plain fun.
I think the Astrobot game looks phenomenal and was the best thing of this. I think the rest of the showcase was just kind of. There's a lot of games I'm just not interested in. I mean, most of the ones we've had here, Path of Exile 2. I mean, look, I know there's going to be people who are big fans of the Monster Hunter games. There's a new Monster Hunter coming, but it didn't interest me. There was just nothing that really grabbed my attention, which surprised me for a showcase. Really,
I know there's a lot of stuff. It's just it's stuff we've seen before. More Souls-likes, more open worlds. We had 2, I think, multiplayer games that both look like they're Overwatch 5v5 type games. That Concord and. Was it Marvel Rivals? That Concord, I wasted so much time on that. One thing I thought, they had this really gorgeous looking CG trailer at the start that really just felt like Guardians of the Galaxy, quite frankly. But it's a really good looking trailer.
This is it,
wasn't it? Trailer. But then when it switched to gameplay, you couldn't help but notice that obviously the gameplay just doesn't look as good as this really awesome CG trailer that you've just shown.
They spent 10 minutes pushing this game, right? And I was like, as you said, oh, this looks like a super great fantasy story, Guardians of the Galaxy-esque. And then as soon as they went, well, it's a 5v5 player game. And you go, so it's Overwatch.
Yeah, it is based.
I was just like...
Yeah, make it a single-player narrative game. I'd be more interested.
This looked dull as dishwater. I switched off as soon as they announced this. This was winning me over with the trailer. And then they showed this. And I was like, oh, I'm not interested in that. We don't need more competitive games.
No.
Yeah, Danka said the trailer gave false hope. I agree. Obviously, God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC, which is great news for PC players. Which is a good thing. I'm not knocking that. But I just felt the whole... I mean, the thing was only about 35 minutes long. But it just felt they spent way too long on certain games and not enough on others. So there you go. That comes to PC in September. This was Silent Hill 2, which from this trailer, I thought looked great. And then I watched the in-depth Silent Hill thing and I just thought it looked like a really bad Resident Evil 4 remake, unfortunately. So I don't know whether this is going to be good or not. The only good news is we are going to get this in time for Halloween. Because this is out like October the 9th, I believe.
Yes.
So we've scheduled all the Halloween games for Halloween for October, and this is on the wish list. And was like, if this comes out, we will stream it. Unfortunately, a game that we were going to stream that is now not coming out because it's been pushed back to 2025 is Little Nightmares 3, because that's been pushed back till next year. So we won't be streaming that, unfortunately, for Halloween. But we'll see.
Here's your replacement.
Well, we've got this, yeah. Because I was so sure that this would get pushed back in Little Nightmares 3. And then, again, I love this game, but this doesn't need a remake. It was a great game, Until Dawn, but it doesn't need a remake. It really doesn't. I don't get why they're doing it. So...
No, so a lot of these remakes do seem unnecessary. I can't remember. Is there a movie or something coming out of this?
Possibly,
right?
Yeah.
If there is, it could be sort of tying with that. Get some more sales because there's a version of PS5 now. So you see the movie, play the game. But I don't know if it really looks that much better.
I don't think it does from these shots. I don't think it looks any better than it did on when I played it. And I was playing the PS4 version on a PS5 when I streamed this. So I don't know. I don't know if it's better. No sign of Pyramid Head that's missing the part. So that comes out autumn. This was the Alien VR game.
So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this because it's got potential to be good. So, but yeah,
I don't know if I could play this in VR. It would scare the crap out of me.
I know it probably would to me as well, but I might give it a go. I wouldn't play much horror stuff in VR, but I'd probably try an Aliens game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a bit like, I don't think I could play that in VR. But that did look good. I'm not going to lie. That did look good. And that's due out Christmas. So just before Christmas. There you go. This was the new Monster Hunter game. Which
looks decent. Yeah, I think it looks cool what they've got in there.
Yeah.
But it's not a franchise I've ever played or had any interest in playing. But I'm sure it will sell shitloads because it's massively popular, isn't it?
Yeah. See, Gozzo's looking forward to this. This is the one he's looking forward to, Monster. Don't get me wrong. Monster Hunter games are okay, but I'm just not a huge fan. But I know some people will be very excited for that, which is great. And then I think we've got one more game to show. Oh, no, this was Marvel Rivals, which, again, is a team-based, what is it, 4v4, 5v5?
Yeah, again, it looks like an Overwatch clone.
Yeah, which I'm just not that bothered about.
If you're a big Marvel fan, then by all means.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a big Marvel fan, you'll probably love it.
I think it'll do better than Concord because of the brand recognition. Definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, who wouldn't want to play as Venom or Spider-Man or Iron Man or someone, that'd be really cool. But I don't know. I don't know. Again, it's one of those, would it last? I can't remember what this was. I know
this was called Infinity Nikki. I'm not familiar with the series.
No, it looked like a quirky platformer game with a few RPG elements.
Yeah, I think it's got a bit of sort of dress up to it as well. There's lots of costumes you can collect for the character. Dress up in different things, explore a very big looking world. And then this was Dynasty Warriors Origins, I think it was called.
Yeah, again, Dynasty Warrior games are quite cool. But again, is it going to offer anything new, or is it just like a revamped version for, this next gen of consoles?
That's it, just a prettier version. Again, looks nice enough, but I have to wait and see what the gameplay turns out to be like.
And then to me, this was the star of the show, and this was the last trailer they showed, which was the Astrobot game, which I thought looked phenomenal. I was like, take my money.
Oh, definitely. And I'll be looking forward to seeing what this does with the DualSense controller, because I still don't think anything apart from Astro's Playroom's really done it justice.
Yeah. iQual said this is the only game that interested me. There you go. So we'll have to see how the Xbox showcase fares with this, because I thought this was quite an average showcase for PlayStation. If the rumors are true, we might get a new Doom game on the Xbox One, whether that's true. But yeah, there you go. That was everything that was unveiled at the PlayStation State of Play. So there you go. Was there any? I mean, for me, Astrobot was the highlight, and Silent Hill 2. I was like, I'm quite excited for that, but I'm worried because I watched the other showcase and it didn't look very good. JJ, was there anything that stood out for you on the showcase there?
Yeah, like the Astro game. That seemed kind of cute. I got excited when I saw like the Journey skins, the Parappa skins.
Yeah,
just like a homage to those successful games.
Yeah. Gozzo said his was the new Monster Hunter game and God of War coming to PC. So there you go. Dave, what were your ones? I know probably the Alien game in VR, but
yeah, it was the two VR games, that Behemoth and that Aliens, and Astro mainly. On the fence about Silent Hill 2. Definitely going to wait for reviews, but say everything there. Astro would be the one I'd buy day one.
Yeah. So JJ's looking for. I get the feeling JJ likes horror games as well. So yeah. I think hopefully I do hope Silent Hill 2 is good. Okay, I do hope it's good. I'm not trying. Just going to put this out there. I'm not trying to trash it. It's just that after watching the trailer from that showcase, I was like, oh, this looks great. And then watching half an hour or 30 minutes or whatever of gameplay it was, I didn't feel it looked great. But hopefully they prove me wrong, because that's the whole point of this. So there you go. So, folks, that is the end of our show. But before we end the show, for those who might have not been watching the full show, we want to say a big thank you to our wonderful guest this evening, JJ, the creative director of Canine Games.
It's been a pleasure. I've had so much fun being on here.
Cool. Thank you so much for being here. It's so great. And if we can have the link for the game, I'm going to play the trailer one more time, folks. So this is, let's bring this up. Here we go. We're going to play the trailer. Yeah. So let's go for this. Fingers crossed. Turn the audio on as well. And check out the trailer for Humble Venture. Here we go, folks. And you can now wishlist this game. The link will be in the chat very shortly. And you can play the demo. And you can join the Discord, and I'll put those links after this trailer. Here goes.
What's done again?
Oh, there we go.
So there you go, folks. Humble Ventures. Thank you, Dave. Dave has put the link in the chat. Whoop, whoop. There you go. I hope that's right. Sophie ran off with the links. That's all right. And also, if you want to find out more about the game, there is the Discord, official Discord for Humble Ventures. But go wishlist it. Go play the demo. Go check it out. I heard it was the bee's knees, says Kelt Brenny. There you go. There you go. And we would like to have you back on the show because you said this is going to be an early 2026 release. Fingers crossed. So when it does come out, we'd like to get you back on the show and see how well the game's done and talk about the game and big it up some more and get you some more sales. If that's cool.
Yeah, of course. I'll let you know what happens in the future.
Cool. Awesome. And hopefully we'll see you at some more gaming shows and we'll come and say hi and wave at you and, and say hi and say, hey, have you tried out this game? We'll go in past. You've got to go try this out. Go try this out. So thank you again, JJ, for being such a great guest.
Yeah,
really
thank you so much for having me on here. I've had such a fun time.
And no worries. No worries. Dave, as always, thank you for being a wonderful co-host and being a fountain of knowledge. Thank you to everyone who's been here in chat, whether you've been part of the hype train, the raids, all the bits, the subs. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. Next Tuesday night gaming chat will be back next week. As I said, tomorrow night is community night. We are playing our monthly fortnight game of community night. Everyone is welcome to play. And if you like some of the games that you've seen on tonight's show, I will be playing F1 2024 on Thursday night and Killer Klowns from Outer Space next Monday, both at 9 p.m. Let's go raid somebody and raid over the channel. And that's that. The cat's pajamas, says Moonbeard. Thank you to Manager Dave for basically insulting me. And as he put there, now taking over about 50 businesses because apparently I'm starting up a games publishing company. Who knew? Let's go see who's on. See who we can raid. My God, there is a lot of people on tonight. Oh, I'll tell you who should raid, and I don't think we raided him in a long time, but I know he's bought his tickets for Timeless. He's a friend of the show. Let's see. We've got that Tourette's Gamer, which, yes, it is someone that suffers from Tourette's, but he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. And he literally told me that he bought his tickets for Timeless. He DM'd me on Twitter and said, I'm coming to the show. I'm doing it. I'm coming. So I was like, great. Awesome. So let's go raid. He is playing Elden Ring. So let's go check him out. Let's do that. That raid will start when the end credits have rolled. There you go. And all that leaves for me to say, folks, is wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening. And I shall see you tomorrow night for some community Fortnite at 9 p.m. So from Dave, JJ, and myself, take care. We're going to just sort of wave like that as I press a button. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.